Dear students, you are welcome. Today we will revise and answer this question about paper 4, variant 3, May, June 22, question number 2. Let's start. Okay. First part here, sulfur 1632 and sulfur 1633 are isotopes of sulfur. Use your knowledge of protons, neutrons, and electrons to answer the following questions. Describe how these isotopes of sulfur are the same and how they are different. Okay, he asked about the similarities and differences between the two different isotopes. For both isotopes, you know sulfur 1632, sulfur 1633. What about similarities? Yes, they are similar in what? In number of protons inside the nucleus of each atom of both isotopes, okay, equals 16. Number of protons equals 16 in both. This is the idea of the element sulfur, okay? It occupies the 16th position in periodic table, okay? 16 protons in each of both nuclei, okay? What about second similarity? Also, they are similar in the outermost shell. Electrons equal 6 electrons in both. Number of protons equals 16. Number of electrons totally equals 16. And the outermost shell equal 6 electrons in both. Okay. What about the differences between these two isotopes? They are different as they are considered isotopes. The definition of isotopes depend on the difference in number of nuclear number and number of neutrons. So here, when we subtract 32 minus 16 equal 16. 16 what? 16 neutrons. Okay. Here equal 17 neutrons. So they are different in number of neutrons, 16 and 17 respectively. This letter A, single I. Double I. Explain why each of these isotopes have an overall charge of 0. Why they are both isotopes have an overall charge of 0 mean the neutral atoms, any atom in the periodic table, as we called atom, all atoms are neutral. Why? Because number of positive protons, BP, inside the nucleus equal number of negative electrons outside the nucleus, I mean inside the shell or revolve in shells. Look here, this isotope of sulfur, okay, the number of protons equal here 16, okay, number of electrons equal 16 also, 2, 8, 6. In the outermost shell equals 6. So 2 plus 8 plus 6 equals 16 electrons, okay, with negative charges. What about positive charges? Equals 16 protons. Both protons and neutrons, both protons and electrons are similar, equal 16. Okay, here number of positive protons equal number of negative electrons equal 16. With the same manner, with the same way, hydrogen 1, H1, okay, in the shell, 1 electron, in the nucleus, 1 proton. So the atom of hydrogen is neutral. Second example or third example, carbon. Carbon, 6 electrons, okay, in 2 shells. In the first shell, 2 electrons, and second shell, 4 electrons. And inside the nucleus, 6 protons. So number of protons equal number of electrons. So atom of carbon is neutral also. By the same manner, atom of nitrogen and oxygen also. Okay. Triple I. Explain why both isotopes have the same chemical properties. In chemistry, in our ordinary chemistry, okay, as we will study, all the chemistry, normal chemistry, ordinary chemistry depend on outermost electrons in the outermost shell, okay, outermost electron in shells, okay. Both the same number of electrons, 6 and 6, so they are same, okay. may gain two electrons during chemical reactions. So they behave with the same manner. So the chemical properties are similar. Look here, outermost shell contains 6 electrons. In both isotopes, no differences in number of electrons and the electron configuration in both atoms of different isotopes. Okay, so because they have the same chemical properties due to they having the same outer shell electrons, I mean 6 electrons in both. Okay. Letter B, sulfide ions S minus 2. This ion, okay, have the electronic structure, electronic configuration 288. Explain why sulfide ion have a charge of minus 2. Have a charge of minus 2. Okay, why? Look, please. This is the electron configuration of sulfur 286. Okay, this is the electron configuration. 286. As the outermost shell contains 6 electrons, so this atom during chemical reaction, during excitation, it tends to gain 2 electrons from another partner or another atom during a reaction. Okay? Look, please. Sulfur here, the outermost shell contains 6 electrons with crosses. 2 crosses, 4 crosses, 6 crosses. So 6 electrons in the outermost shell. It tends to gain 2 electrons from another atom, like oxygen, for example. Okay? Or something iron, for example. Okay? Like iron. Iron, Fe, may lose 2 electrons during chemical reaction and gives 2 electrons this to sulfur atom to form iron sulfide, FeS, for example. Okay, here the answer explain why sulfide ions have a charge of minus 2. They have 2 more electrons from where? 2 more electrons from another atom. Okay, 2 more electron extra exceeds the number of protons inside the nucleus. Okay, inside the nucleus. Now, double I gives the formula of an anion, which have the same electronic structure as sulfur minus 2. Sulfur, as you know, sulfur 16. Okay, change in sulfide ion minus 2. So the number of electrons now equal what? Equal 18 electrons. Why? Because during chemical reaction, it gains 2 electrons. Okay? This is called anion. What is meant by anion? Anion means anode level. Anode level. It tends to migrate to anode pole, to positive pole. Why? Because it carry negative charge. So it attracted towards the positive pole of battery or electrolytic cell in later chapter, inshallah, in electrolysis or electrochemistry. Okay? An anion means an ion carry negative charge, okay? Moves towards anode with positive charge, okay? Which has the same electronic structure as sulfur minus 2. I mean 288. 288. How? How we obtain and how to search for this answer. Look, please. Before sulfur 16, phosphorus 15. Phosphorus tends to gain 3 electrons during chemical reaction. Gain, each phosphorus atom tends to gain 3 electrons from another atom, okay, during chemical reaction. Phosphorus 15 means the electronic configuration 285. So it gains 3 electrons, okay, to become 288. This is the octet rule to become more stable, like nearest inert gas, I mean here argon 18. Argon 18. Okay. So what about after gaining 3 electrons? 15 electrons already. Each phosphorus atom have 15 electrons in 3 shells. 286. Now, sorry, 285. Now 288. So the total number now equal 80. Okay. So 15 and minus 3 electrons. So the total electrons now equal 18, like sulfide ion with 18 electrons. Okay. This anion. Another example. Okay. Chlorine. What about chlorine? Chlorine 17. Chlorine 17 in group 7, it tends during chemical reaction to gain 1 electron, to become full. Similar to nearest inert gas like argon also. So here, like this example, chlorine, the outermost contains 7 electrons, 2, 4, 6, 7, 1, plus gaining 1 electron from another cell like sodium, for example, and to become what? To become 288 with carrying negative charge. So total number of electrons now equal 18 electrons. Like what? Like sulfide ion. So here two answers. Sulfide ion looks similar like phosphide ions or chloride ions. Okay, chloride ion, like here. Look at this figure for periodic table containing abstract of certain ions occupied in the periodic table. Look at sulfur here -2, sulfide ion. Here phosphide ion or phosphorus before becoming ion, it's called phosphorus. Here called chlorine. Called what? Chlorine. Here after gaining 3 electrons, here after gaining 1 electron. What about, give the formula of what? Cation. Cation. Cation means cathode, lever. Cathode means a positive pole of electrolytic cell or battery, for example. Okay, here. We search for what? For ion carrying positive charge with the total number of electrons equal 18, like sulfide. Like what? Like potassium, but potassium 19. Potassium 19. Potassium, when losing 1 electron during chemical reaction, during excitation, it loses the outermost electron. Okay, so it becomes 288 instead of 2881. 1 is lost, so it becomes 288. Look, please. Here, 281. The outermost electron here lost during chemical reaction. Loss of 1 electron. This oxidation process. So it becomes 288, similar to what? To sulfide ion. Now, another example, calcium. Calcium equal 20. Calcium is metal. Its electronic distribution 2882. So during chemical reaction, it loses, each atom loses 2 electrons from outermost shell to become 288. Here, 2882. This one, this another one. Okay? It loses the outermost electrons. So it becomes positive calcium ion carrying 2 positive charges. Why? Because number of electrons equal 18, while the number of protons inside each nucleus equal 20 protons. Okay, no change for the number of protons. The only change during chemical reaction with the number of electrons only. Okay? Here with the same manner, look. Okay? Look to this figure. Here sulfide. 4 anions here and here. 4 cations Look at potassium, look at calcium. Calcium atom losing 2 electrons, minus 2 electrons lost, minus 1 electron lost, minus 1 electron lost. Okay, so they become similar to sulfide ions with total number of electrons equal 18 electrons. Okay, okay. Thank you. Best wishes for all of you. Bye bye.